Let's get back now to our top story this morning. That chemical storage facility that's burning in Deer Park and LaPorte. Overnight, 2 more of those tanks caught fire.
Our Janelle Ford is live outside ITC with an update from the company. Janelle.
Well, Russ and Lisa, overnight that fire spread and intensified. The number of tank burning is now up to 8. 2 of them empty, and ITC says that this was caused by a temporary reduction to water pressure. Now take a look at those flames. The smoke and the fire have been raging throughout the morning as we enter day 3 of this fire. Now we're expecting another update from ITC at 10 this morning. Right now, officials say firefighters are in a defensive mode, using foam to prevent the fire from spreading even more. Right now, you're taking a look from overhead from our Air 11 chopper. They keep reiterating that the risk of the explosion here is minimal. ITC says the fire will have to burn itself out. Yesterday, the company said it estimates that it could take 2 days, but that may take longer now with this setback. Now, there are 3 chemicals burning here: naphtha, xylene, and toluene. All 3 are highly flammable, used to make gas, and they all are very toxic. And so many of you have questioned the risk these chemicals pose to the community as schools reopened this morning. Deer Park ISD and LaPorte ISD both heading back to class today. Michelle Choi has more on what's being done about air quality control. So, hey, Michelle.
Hey, Janelle, you know, ash is now falling from this huge plume of smoke onto people's cars, lawns, and even homes here around Deer Park. Now, later this morning, there will be an independent air quality monitoring group on the ground. And take a look. This is something they'll definitely be seeing. Black ash falling from that big dark cloud. Some folks say they can also smell the fumes, and despite officials saying air quality is still good, as you can imagine, folks are still worried, and their biggest concern is that they're breathing something they can't see.
Is it really safe? I know smoke rises and it's going a different direction, but obviously things like the ash and all that's just floating wherever.
Now, we've reached out to TCEQ to ask whether or not touching or picking up this ash is a health concern. We're still waiting to hear back from them, but Harris County does have a website you can now go to monitor the air quality. We have that link on our website at khou.com. Cheetah?
Yeah, we're tracking the winds. So winds is really what's driving where the smoke goes. So we were tracking the winds yesterday. We're going to continue to monitor them very closely today. You're waking up to an east-northeast wind. By the afternoon, I'm expecting an east-southeast wind. Again, what that means for you, it's going to help carry more of that towards the west, maybe northwest. So that will be this afternoon. We may start to see that smoke plume just shift direction slightly throughout the day today. But the good news is, Doug, after 8 a.m. this morning, air quality is actually expected to improve. But more on that, I'll send it over to you.
It's really interesting. We have the intense flames, which is incredible this morning, but some of the most incredible photos are from a distance. That plume of smoke you've been talking about all morning, this is the fire. I know it's kind of hard to see here, but look as it just stretches and stretches for miles. This is downtown. This photo taken by one of our producers here. Molly took this as she was landing in a flight yesterday. There's the airplane wing. We've also heard from so many of you who saw the smoke from miles away. We asked on our Facebook page, what does it look like? What does it smell like in your neighborhood? Jennifer says this is Underwood Road, not far from the fire. She says she was short of breath yesterday. James writes in from the Fred Hartman Bridge. Look at that intense black smoke. This was the view in Pasadena, 1 p.m. on Sunday, shortly after that fire first was reported from Torrey. And then look at it 24 hours later, yesterday at 1 p.m. We want to continue to see your photos. You can send them to us using the hashtag HTownRush. Russ?
All right, Doug, thanks. We will stay, of course, on top of this story all day long on TV and online. You can download the KHOU 11 News app right now. We'll send you a push alert whenever there is new information on this story. Coming up at 6:20 this morning, in just about 15 minutes, we're going to look into how you can find out if there's one of these chemical storage facilities near your house.
The Rush Block